Okay. Good morning. I want to start with this project, the project we do in the Venice Biennale 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. We have an invitation for Alejandro Aravena. We received this invitation in October, and we do some project. We did some project and sent, and 3 months after, they say no. And we do another project and another project and another project. And finally, we ask, what is the problem? Why we can not do this and this and this and this project? And they say us, the problem is about the structure you propose is too heavy. And how much we can put in this place, in the garden, in El Giardini in Venice. And they say, we don't know exactly. And we ask if we can put, for example, a car there, and they say, it's Venice, and we don't have car. And in this moment, we say, can you give us a peso? They say, okay, you can put 500 kilos per meter squares. And we know this weight is sorry, I'm really bad with number in English, 1,872 bricks in this place. And with this, we made some project, some proposal, and arrived to Venice to build this 15 days before the inauguration. The idea was, the first idea was built in 10 days, and we needed 5 days for the structure work and take out the form work and everything. But when we arrived to Venice, we see the place, this place, and looking like this. And we want to start the project, the construction, but 14 days before, looking like this, 13 days, 12 days. And when we have only 5 days to build, the construction firm say, no, we cannot do this because the brick is different here, and the Paraguayan brick, the concrete is different too, and no, the brick is the same brick in all the world. And we made videos for all the process and to show the engineers, to talk what is the problem, what this don't work. But 10 days before the inauguration, we start to build. We made the formwork, and we know exactly what we need finish this day for finish in 5 days all the construction. And we do it. And in this moment, I come back to Asunción for 3 days for clean my clothes and come back to Venice again. And when I arrived to Venice, the structure looking like this. We do this with the 1,872 bricks. And for you have idea, this is if you put in a normal wall this quantity of brick, you can do a space, the 3.2 meters by 3.2 meters and 2.4 meters tall, like a little room. Or if you put air in the middle, like here, you can do this with concrete, a little bit concrete, 7 meters tall, 7 meters de fondo, and 7 meters de ancho. I don't know, sorry. And we do this structure, we did this structure to talk about what we can do with the less material, and if we think in another direction. And when we finish, when they take out all the homework, the jury come for this place, and we won the Golden Lion. Thank you. I'm really happy for stay here in Tamaki. I really feel welcome here. And I want to say thank you for all the staff, for the crew team, for the technical, for the light man, for the shadow man, for everyone make this possible. And for my partner, Solano, he's here for lucky things in the life. I wanted to start with this project because for us, all our work is like one project. We move the place and made some steps normally, but for us it's always the same project. The project is about try to change our society, try to make the best thing in our discipline, in architecture, or if we are a doctor, make the best things in medicine, or in all the different disciplines. We really want to understand this form to make our work. Have sense, this, Linda? Have sense? Yeah? Okay. I really apologize for my bad English. And now I want to show where I am. Paraguay is a country in the middle of South America, but all the border, the limits of my country and the other country is made by big rivers. And we can say we are an island around Earth. for have a coincidence with New Zealand. We are an island too, but rodeada, border like Earth. We have two official language. We have 21 different languages in Paraguay, but two official language like here, Spanish and Guarani. We have water a lot, like here. And we have, this is our landscape. And in summer, we have this temperature, this weather. the dollar, the American dollar is this, and the euro in this time, la la la. And we normally, in summer or in winter, we have 45 degrees Celsius, sometimes 50 degrees. And everybody can sleep in the street, and also somebody can prank. Okay, this is our old office. When I can say I born in the architecture, this office was in the center of the Asunción, in the center of the city. But in the middle of the city, we have a lot of tree in our office. And this, I thought this is my born in architecture because I really learned a lot with this building. Everything the disciplines say we cannot do, we try to do in our work. For example, here, the structure of the office are made it with bricks, but bricks de canto is face up bricks, and normally the structure say it's not possible to do a wall with a wall sostenible. In the wall, we cannot put the roof if the wall is like face up. But if we do the window for made a reinforced in the middle of the walls, we can do this type of structure. Another example is when we arrive here in the office, we have problems with, not problems, but we have a routine. This routine is every time after rain in Asunción, we needed take out the leaf for the gutter. The gutter, when come the, okay. We needed take out the leaf for the next rain, strong rain. But all the roof are covered with leaves, but like this, many leaves. And after the rain, we go and clean the gutters. It's a routine, it's okay. But one day, when Solano, in this time my boss, traveled, we say, we can do some surprise to Solano and clean all the roof, take out all the leaves, and we don't have more this problem. And when Solano arrived after a travel, we say, Solano, look, we do. We clean everything. Now we didn't have more problem. And Solano smile and say, it's going to be a long summer. Why? Yes, we didn't understand why, but was a long summer because these leaves are material for us. All the material are important. A brick, a leaf, a shadow, the tree shadow, everything we can use for make better our life. And this summer, when we take out all the leaves, we lost this protection insulation protection or the office. Now, we start to understand that we need to know everything about the materials, the weights, how these work with the different structure, in the different weights, in the different all the things for the insulation, for all these things. And for this, we say these are my better school, el Gabinete de Arquitectura CUE. I want to show another building, Abu and Font. This is a house, and this house, I participate in this project when I was really new in the office, 16 years ago. Not made the calculation, please. Okay. I remember I worked during 15 days to make a model, a real model, like 120 scale, 120. Big model. I work a lot, really strong work. And when I finished and all my model was perfect, Solano arrived at the office and say, and all the team, the other the other people work in the plant and in the section and in all the other information. And Solano asked first there if we can change and put up everything 50 centimeters more. And no, we don't know because everything is okay, everything is finished, everybody talk. And I don't hear this. And when I arrived to the office, Solano asked me, Gloria, can we put 50 centimeters tall? Of course. And I take the cutter and cut all the model again, destroyed my model in 5 minutes. 15 days in 5 minutes, and put 50 centimeters up. Today, all the lunch, I stay in the center, sorry, I will pace quickly to see the finally pictures. I have a lunch every day in this house because our office is underground. I can see this 50 centimeters was really good for the project. And I learned in this moment we can reset all our work and restart again for do something better. If I say, no, Solano, maybe today the house was 50 centimeters down, but if you don't have this problem to take all your work and make a ball and draw and make again the project, we can do better and better and better and better. And this is the house. This house have some special activities because up have 2 families. Down in the underground now are our office, and in the middle is the place for everybody come and everybody stay together. We can open all the walls and make one space. in the house. And we also do a research with the different structure. Here we made the losa, the lash, with bricks and concrete. The large losa, I don't know. In this building, we start to prefabricate pieces on the floor, and always thinking about the weather, because here have the sun in the evening, and for 50 degrees is too hot. For this, the windows are smaller and all these things. And we have an office where we make the projects, and we make the construction, the direction of the construction too. And we do all the design, these windows, doors, walls. And this. Here is the underground. It's a reform. Before I were to this place, this was a bedroom, and we take some walls and put these pillars. Put these pillars. When we cut the wall, we put the pillar for structure, for support the lash. This is our place in Asunción. Everyone is welcome. And we always have take the opportunity to play with the different things. Here we have for example, here we have a wall. We cut the wall and cut the stairs too. And for this, we do this furniture stairs to go up. Okay. I have a lot of children. My sister's children, my partner's children, but my favorite children are our buildings. And this was one of my favorite children. Is a rehabilitation center, and at the same time is a rehabilitation building, and at the same time is a rehabilitation for the society, because it's a center for rehabilitation children, where when the people they made a marathon televisiva for keep money, and with this made a TV show during 24 hours for have money to sustain this center. And they have it all building this, like this, and they call us to make a rehabilitation in the building. And we know every single brick put in this place was put for somebody that believe in the Teletón, believe in this change society, in this dream they made a better society. For this, we know we need to use all the material. We cannot take out and make again a new building. We can reuse all the material to make another architecture. We take out some walls, and with these walls, we made some balls. This was the first catenary balls that we made. And when we finish, because we do research in the architecture, normally the engineering say, okay, maybe we can do a proof and see if everything is okay, and after we can continue the construction. And this was the first bolts we do. And for understand, we do this in 3 hours. We have a form work. In 3 hours, the worker can do everything. After 2 hours, we can take the form and do another similar. Two times per day, we can do like this size. This is the engineering looking and pateando, I don't know, the structure and prove the weight and everything. And this is the form work, and this is the vault. This is the form work made with woods. And when we take out the first form work, we feel like this with the structure. And we do another proof. You can see here 2 more balls. And in this new, we have only 1 cross. In the first one, we have 2 cross, one here and the other here. In the other, we made 1 cross and made with the bricks, all the close with the bricks like 5 centimeters. And the other, the cross, we made with the bricks like this, like the more taller. And when we finish these 2 balls, we see the difference between the different rigids between the 5 centimeters and the other. And too much structure have a problem because have a different work in the middle and make fissuras broke in the middle. And for this, we understand we needed made another proof with only 15 centimeters, the crush with the 15 centimeters. I talk about this because we always learn during the process too. For us, we finish a project before start to build, but during the process, the building process, we learn a lot and other things, and sometimes we change something. Blah, blah. Okay. We knew that in this specific building, if we use less money, we can do more square meters. And if we use less and less money, they can have more opportunity to carry more children. For this, when we think about the furniture, the wall is the furniture. Like here, we made this brick box in the floor, and at the same time is furniture inside of the office. And we take, for example, all the glass are recycled glass and have less and less and less cost. And only with the cost of the glass, we could do 300 meters squares more. And all these things for us is opportunity. All the furniture we design, and we made a different pre-construction there. We made a bigger bowl here with 12 meters. This is the hydrotherapy building. The hydrotherapy have, for us, was special, have the more beautiful place seeing up. Because we know the children here in the pool are all the time looking up. And we need to do something special on the ceiling. And for this, we do this with all these little window light place. And in some moments, when the light come here, go to the water, and reflects in this structure, made many juegos in the ceiling. And when the children more play on the pool, more juegos have in the ceiling. And this was really nice. And again, for us, build's shadow is really important. When you have 50 degree, you cannot do the same architecture for all the other place. We need to do something. We need to build the shadow. And for this, we do these balls, this catenary structure with bricks for receive the people and to do the first shadow for all the first place. When you arrive, you can see this structure there. In a sunny day, it's beautiful for the children. In another project, this is a project, it's a building for a special ceremony we have in Paraguay. This ceremony is about all together, after kill an animal, we sit around the fire all together and put the animal in the middle and eat this animal. Somebody called this barbecue. But we say asado. In Argentina, say churrascos. This place for barbecue, we made with demolition material. We made the same structure like triangle, but prefabricate first one face of the triangle on the floor with some steel. This is the panel this is all the panels to do the triangles, and finally do the lash and the beams too. And in this particular project, we have this structure. This is a beam with 24 meters, have 12 meters the cantilever, and 12 meters here. We have one pillar here and one pillar here. This was 12 meters in cantilever. But the idea was that if we understand the structure, we know that we have here one beam in the other in the other direction, here another beam in the other direction, and here another beam in the other direction. This first beam come for this pillar. The other beam in del otro lado come for this pillar. And the middle beam made like heavy here for the cantilever work. And when we take out all the form work, we can see in the middle of the beams go down 3 millimeters, but in the border, here in the border of the cantilever, 12 meters cantilever, up, because made equilibrium. And this is the place for eat a barbecue in Asunción. We have some curtains to do more shadow when we need, and everything, these things. During the night. We can do in Venice the project in 5 days because we have all this history, the story behind there. This is a little gallery, art gallery. We made it 1.5 years ago. Was a rehabilitation building, a small house in the middle of the city, in the middle of Asunción. This house had 9 different rooms inside, and we do something for take out all the walls and reinforce the roof with a metallic structure. And we first reinforce all the roof, and after take out all the walls here. If you see the floor, you can see many draws, really artistic floor. But if you see in the tile, you can see here had the old wall, and here had another wall, and here have a bathroom, and here have another wall, and another. And when this material, and at the same time, this house have a lot of time to construct. The old house have different time to build. One was 80 years old, one was 50 years old, one was 20 years old. And you can see all the different structure, the different roof, the different walls during all this process. And at the same time, this place was for art place, and is for learn about the different types during the line time in Paraguay. And we designed the doors with a really complicated system for open and close. And in this door, we thought about normally in the wood door, we have the structure in the middle and have to slide for close all the structure. We take out the structure out and put in the middle one thing, wood. For this, you can see the cross and everything. Okay. This project is a project, I have done, yes. It's a project for architect school. We received the commission to do a building because traditionally, the architect school in Asunción for the public university are only architecture school. But in the last years, come to do architect and design and dance, music, theater, and many other arts. And when we received the commission, they asked us for a building for dance, and these have two different buildings. One was like a square with all the dancer place, the bigger dancer place, and another for made Pilates, gym, and all the other activity complementary to the dance career. And we did all the project, we made the project, and when the project was okay for a start to build, the government cut the budget of education in Paraguay, and the university, the architect school recalculate, but they really want to start to build this building. For this, during almost 3 years, they build slowly form with the labor mantenimiento, the labor change the light with the labor normal labor in the school, and they start to make the prefabricate on the floor, and made the building have 136 meter for 5 meter, and these labors, mantenimiento labors, made 30 meters, and after they have the money to build and to contract another big empresa for build. But it's funny because before finish the building, the school changed a lot, and now they need another program inside. And we made a reform for our building before finish the construction and made some circulation outside, because now all the building are classroom. And for this now, before you can circulate inside, and now we want the circulate place for outside and do this. Here is there. This building is almost finished. The last year, I think we can finish. This is the last project. We have two commissions at the same time. One commission was in Buenos Aires for La Villa 31. La Villa 31 is the big favela in Buenos Aires. For do something in this community. Normally, the solution, the discipline give for this situation is take out and build again, because we don't know if these buildings are okay. Take out everything and build again. Take out everything and build again. For us, this was crazy. We need to do something different. And in a conversation with our engineer, he worked in Spain. He say us, we have many protocols in our Europe to put in normativa, in norm, in law, all buildings, like big cathedral or big museums. They made this building was constructed without all the normativas, and we cannot take out this old cathedral. And if we think in the same way, like, okay, if we can do something to have this security, this modification, this protocol to put all this building in a security situation, we can not take out all the building. And we start to think about have one little like a laboratory, but more like a cabinet inside of this Villa 31, this favela, and to do with the people, this community, the proofs and the protocols and all these things to make better in this place. And when we say this for the government, they say, maybe you can you work with demolition material? This is strange. And at the same time, we have the other commission to do something in an exposition in La Fondation Cartier, the Cartier Foundation in Paris. And we say, okay, we will do in Paris that we can do in La Favela, in La Villa 31. And we prepare this model, this structure, made it with demolition material with 6 centimeters, with concrete, with some fiber, metallic fiber, meters tall. We prepared with the demolition material in Paris and made the difference proof, the weight proofs, the ¿cómo se dice? Tension proofs, the compression proofs, the flexocompresión proofs, all the difference proof we did before build this. For this, we have this example to show after to La Villa 31. And it's similar, the process, made it on the floor, the prefabricated pieces, and go up 6 meters. This is the structure. The exposition finished now in February. And the material is all the Paris place. And this was the little models in the foundation. And this is the more important proof for weight. Okay, thank you.
So thank you very much, Gloria, for that incredible presentation. I'm going to welcome back Christopher Hawthorne, who you all know by now, and to lead with the opening question.
That was fantastic, such interesting work, and I'm curious about the kind of vertical impulse in your work, because we think of bricks and masonry construction as so much about being grounded and about weight and connection. Slow down. Okay, slow down. Start again. Okay. We think of brick construction, masonry, as being connected to the earth and the ground and being about weight often and connection to the horizontal, but there is a real interest in your work in lifting up and vertical kind of energy, and I was particularly struck by the swimming pool and your story about the children looking up, and that seemed to me a kind of typical of so many of the projects that you showed. So I'm curious where you think that interest will go in future work. Are you interested in building more vertically?
Of course.
What will that mean if that means you have to maybe try a different kind of way of construction and begin to work without bricks as you go higher? I'm curious about that.
Two story. I can talk about this. One is the brick. The brick is stupid. If you take a brick and say, stay there, and suelta, the brick fall. But it's the human capacity that made the possibility put when you want, when you dream. The other thing is when in Asunción, in Paraguay, 1 kilo of tomato cost about around $3. 1 kilo of meat cost around $4. 1 kilo of bricks costs about 50 cents. When the tomatoes and the meat cost less of the bricks, we can build with tomatoes and meal. We understand that we are 1,500 millions on the world. And the 60% of these people live in a difficult situation, and the 30% live in a miserable condition. We need to change this. If we cannot think in another way, think in another sense, and try to do different things for everybody, because we understand for be human, we cannot stay alone. I need you and you and you and all you to be a human. If you are not with me, if we are not all together, we are hominidizo. We are like a monkey, is less human.
The question was, what about earthquakes?
This is fantastic. I don't know where come this question, but normally we always have this similar question like this, because we are prepared. Maybe in the school we are prepared for feel afraid for everything. We always make a joke that in the school we have miedo uno, miedo dos, miedo tres is afraid 1, afraid 2, afraid 3, panic 4, panic 5, panic, and all these things. And we are prepared to don't do because something can happen. But for example, for us, many people ask, you can do this because in Paraguay don't have a lot of law. But in Paraguay, you can do this because always have some excuse? Some excuse to don't do. And many times ask about the earthquake. And we did an exercise with the engineering, made the 3D in the engineering program, made a model, the one of our project, and start to do something to can work in this situation, in different situation. And it's not too difficult. You can, if you think, of course, made it like we do, you cannot resist. But if you do something to reinforce, something to change and work better in the different situation, can work in all the situation. We have another problems around the world. We have different problems. The floating water, when the water, sea level rise. The river. Many. And you can have a lot of excuse every time, but you need cross this excuse. When we build, it's really funny because sometimes the people ask about the difference between build in Asunción and build in another place. We don't build in many other places. We build in Venice and in Paris now. And I can say, yeah, it's not the same build in Asunción and build in Venice. The difference between one another is in the building site, the worker In Asunción, the workers say, Ramón, la mezcla. And in Venice, the workers say, Massimo, la malta. This is John, the concrete. And this is only the only difference. It's always the same. We are human. We have the same capacity to do everything. We have the same capacity, the same intelligence, the same capacity to change everything.
I love that.
I think I have a comment rather than a question first, and then perhaps a question. Really, it was to follow from Christopher. I just wanted to say thank you for bringing us joy with bricks, and it's not something that we're familiar with here in New Zealand. We're a timber technology primarily, and I'd like to reiterate what Christopher said. Normally, we're thinking of density and heaviness and veneer rather than this amazing lightness and strength that you gave us today. So I just wanted to say thank you. The only words I wrote down while you were talking was this duplicity of heaviness and lightness at the same time. And the question that I had, though, was that it feels like the conference is very much about ethics. Well, it's personally for me from yesterday. And you started your talk with the words to change our society and to do our best to change our society. And I just wanted you to talk a little bit more about, if we've got time, just a quick, just on, to expand a little bit about what you mean by changing society.
Okay, I will try to do a quickly answer. One thing, when we think about the budget in the architecture, is around the world is the same. Around 70% for the material and 30% for the worker, for the labor in the budget. We try to change this with the same cost finally, or less cost finally cost. But in many buildings we do 50, but the best work for us is when we do 70 for labor and 30 for material. Not for the money, not for don't use a lot of money. It's because in this form you can give more work for the people, for everyone. You don't need a specialist, really specialist worker to do our building. Everybody can do. We don't need first especialización, is in Spanish, specialist. And everyone can do this. And if you use less material, you use less energy. And this is better for everybody.
Thank you, and with great poetry. Unfortunately, the timer is telling us that we have to stop now, so I would love to listen to you continuously. But can I just say thank you to Gloria and Christopher, unless you would like to squeeze...
No, thank you so much. No, that was terrific.